All right, this is a quick video, and it's not about EO. This is about Mr. Pokke. Um, for the past few months, Mr. Pokke has become the hated one, and what it is because he is the only one that is enjoying Honkai Star Rail out in Tectone's circle, and because of this, no matter what he does, it's just gonna always look bad in the eyes of Tectone's followers, and they're gonna degrade him. They're gonna they're gonna hate him no matter what. It's just such a sad thing to see because I really enjoy watching Mr. Pokke because he's actually a good one. There are times when they used to say that he's like unrelatable and stuff like that, but if you try to like follow his guys and stuff like that, you'll be able to have like an easier time with in game and stuff like that because he's very knowledgeable on Honkai Star Rail, truth be told, and like man like was enjoying the story in Amphorius, the recent patch, and now he's getting hated because of it, saying that his point is not valid because he's a Hoyo shell. He's a HSR shell, so his point is not valid. It's unfortunate, man. It's very unfortunate. I don't even have a proper like train of thought to talk about this or like something or to even make this into a video. It's, just recently, what I was watching the live stream from Mr. Pokke is Tectone reacted to Fab's video where Fab was talking about that with Mr. Pokke, you have to take off like 2 points off his reactions because like he gets emotionally invested in whatever he's playing, so he's gonna give it a higher rating that it's supposed to be. It was not meant like he was talking about Honkai Star specifically. It was just in general. And Tectone was turning it into a video and then turn it into like we have to disregard whatever Mr. Pokke says because like he's a shill for Hoyoverse. And that was not what was said. And in the middle, while Mr. Pokke even said he's not making a video out of it, says he's just watching it because his audience want him to watch it. Tectone deleted the video live in front of everybody, and then proceeds to DM Mr. Pokke to I don't know what he said to him or anything like that, but like I could see that Mr. Pokke was just not happy with the situation. It's like a manipulative tactic, and it's just unfortunate. I really feel a way about it because like I enjoy Mr. Pokke. As I said, he's a really good streamer, and he's very knowledgeable on like Honkai Star. For like people that I follow in the games that I play, I follow the people that are very knowledgeable in the games that they play because they will give you the best information on characters and stuff like that. I guess Saint would fall under that category for Wooden Waves, but the problem is that Saint then use Wooden Waves as a vehicle to like attack Oiverse games even when they do really good. But this is not what this video is about today. It's just that I'm just really sad about this whole situation because it got recently it got to a point where they just discommunicated Mr. Pokke and Tectone because everybody and I realized this for a while now. When it comes down to Tectone and his followers, they always produce a similar type of video all at the same time. Like all at the same time, everybody in that audience was having problems with the global passive, and all of them were at the same time deciding to quit Honkai Star Rail until it gets better. Mr.pokke didn't, and because of this, like this is where all of it started to fester even more. People started calling um, Mr.pokke a hypocrite, and all the problems started there when the fake collab dropped. And I think Honkai Star did a good job on this, like dropping the fake collab like right in the middle of when these guys decided to leave. Now it looks bad on them because they want to come back for Saber, but how are they gonna put it when they already discommunicated the game because they were talking about the go passive? I'm really worried how they're gonna spin it. And when you see people like Gacha Smack come back and you realize that he have a Saber on his account, then we're gonna really figure out that what these people really are made of. Because they're just at the end of the day hypocrite. Like Tectone, Gacha Smack, and these other content creators that are trying to hold the moral high ground in the Gacha council, trying to judge everybody else, they are the ones that are the hypocrites. Mr.pokke, how is he a hypocrite? Like he basically says that yeah, he didn't like the global passive, but he's still playing the game. And is that making him a hypocrite? What would make him a hypocrite is if he say he doesn't like the global passive and decided to quit the game and then come back months later with all the units that were running at the same time and then say that, oh, I didn't get the characters, somebody I paid to play my game actually pulled these characters for me, which is what Gacha Smack is going to say when he comes back. But it's not about any of that. I'm just, like I said, I'm just really, really pissed off of this situation because, like, can I even replay this stream? Nah, I can't replay it. I can. Wait a minute. That's nice. We can replay it.
No likes.
So if there were 100 people in your chat all saying that they loved your stream, but there was one guy in your stream saying we hated your stream, would you listen to the one guy or
I'm
would you
sorry
listen
for
to
the
the hundreds of
quality.
people?
I wouldn't listen to the one guy. Definitely not. But I think it's more so like not even people in my stream,
Okay,
but like
I can
outside
get
of my streams and like in general space, people that have these opinions. And I just think that it's probably good that they get caught up for what's going on because it's not like calling interactions a lot more than other CCs. So
Bob said about you, and you don't care
emotion attached.
the fuck out because Mr.pokke really just can't handle negativity so much. He gets really angry about this, and it's like a logic-based rating scale. If you were
So this video, oh, I ate YouTube for that. Okay, so we can react to it a little bit, which is good. I didn't expect that, but like now that we can do this, we can like go through it a little bit. So this is when Mr.pokke was like reacting to the video that Tectone posted, claiming that Fob is calling Mr.pokke out for being a Hoyo shell. Oh, see, title is there. See, Fob called out Mr.pokke hard.
funny drama that I found out the other day on Twitter, and also my Discord chat at discord.g4tectone. Link me Fob's reaction to Mr. Pokke's reaction to Story Quest. And in case you guys aren't familiar with the game, HSR just released its newest patch, version 3.3. The story about Hyacine and the fuckable cat, Cypher, I'm pretty sure. And he rated it 9.79 out of 10. The best story in Honkai Star Rail date.
Bro, this game's getting better and better. Bro, this game's getting better. The will of humanity.
The problem with that rating is, obviously, we all know, and I'm just going to be completely honest, with Honkai Star Rail's storytelling medium, there's not really any way for it to ever break an 8 because the storytelling aspect is so bad. This rating is so vague, unless he means this is how good it was in Honkai Star Rail. The other problem that Mr.pokke has with his ratings is the fact that he pulls these numbers out of his ass. They don't really mean anything. He doesn't really have a rating scale. If you were to challenge him to actually rate this based on the elements of what he's actually drawing this conclusion for, he wouldn't be able to do it. And I would actually encourage Mr.pokke to actually put into words what scale he's actually rating this on, what factors he's actually considering before doing a review, because I think that's why that makes people so angry, is because he gives these quests that are either mediocre guys.
I'm just gonna watch the entire thing, uninterrupted.
Sorry, Mr. Pokke, but that's like, bro, people can like rate things like a first impression and like based on how they feel about stuff. We don't have to have everything rooted in how should I say it? Like everything doesn't have to be backed by science. Like literally every single one of Saint Tonta's video on a patch with Water and Waves is literally the best storytelling ever. Literally every story in Genshin Impact by Genshin Impact YouTubers is the best story ever. Like God forbid the same thing happens on HSR. Even though maybe it won't be the best thing ever or not, like come on, like it's still a good story. Like somebody can be allowed to enjoy the story. Like not because somebody enjoyed the story means like somebody's gonna die because of it or something like that. It's just a game, bro.
And we're just
West.
because I know for more than half the video, it was not even like about FOB.
There's no addendums.
Yeah.
There's no nuance to this. He just says it is a 9.79 out of 10 fucking quest. And I think it's just, it's just a feels craft. You know what I mean? It's a feels craft. Like, I feel it's this way. And obviously, when you bring feelings into a logic-based argument or a more journalistic-based argument, people are going to fucking nitpick and they're going to say that you're a fucking idiot, right? So,
This is why I say this is like this is not the first time Mr.pokke has done this. Like Mr.pokke have done this a lot of times, even for other games. He've done it for Wither Ways as well, and there were never any backlash. So while all of a sudden right now there's backlash, it's like that's the weird part about it.
if you were to say, here are the factors that I'm weighing: storytelling, cutscenes, plot, emotional moments, rate all those from a scale of 0 to 2, and then lump them all together from 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, it would make people be a lot less inclined to get upset at this. This is kind of just like a pandering post, the Honkai Star Rail community. We all know this, and Mr.pokke's always done this, and it is what it is. But once again, Mr.pokke crashes the fuck out because Mr.pokke really just can't handle negativity so much. He gets really angry about this, and the post he makes on Twitter is a little bit it's like, come on. He says, be for real. Some of y'all behave like you're forced to hate games instead of playing them. It's embarrassing. And he starts to link.
Some of you be like you're. I'm doing a Paimon again. He's right about that. Like, it almost seems like we are forced to hate Honkai Star Rail because Honkai Star Rail is made by Hoyoverse Games. We are not allowed to enjoy anything in Honkai Star Rail because the main gacha community, and it's not even the main, the toxic gacha community don't like Honkai Star Rail right now. So you going and liking Honkai Star Rail is not fitting the narrative that we're trying to push, hence we're gonna hate you for that. That is basically what he's saying, and it's absolutely true.
Some commenters that got 2 likes, 3 likes, 0 likes. This post had 0 likes when it was screenshotted. This post has 2 likes, and the last one has 3 likes. And the last one has 0 likes. And I think that when you try to set a narrative by taking the extremist behaviors as the status quo, it's always going to make people discredit your opinion a lot more. I had this issue a long time ago, about 3.5 years ago, and I've since grown from this. However, Mr.pokke's now 2 years into his content creation career, and this is the path that leads you to destruction, 100%. But crashing out over a couple of 2-like comments, 3-like comments, 0-like comments. There was another content creator that ruined his career over 2 people with 2 likes, and I'll be real, I think we need to not head down that direction, in which case I said, that's because in the same vein that they think that, or in the same vein that you think that they're forced to hate games, that they think that you're forced to pretend that you enjoy them, it's hilarious. It really is 2 sides of the same coin. People who think that people are forced to hate, people who think that they're forced to like, and you got to understand, it's just extremist behaviors, it's just extremist mentality, and unless you're doing it for content, it's just nonsensical. So I'm hoping Mr.pokke is just farming, but Fob made a comment on stream calling him out.
Okay. So at this point, right, exactly at 4-minute mark, I feel like all of these just have like nothing to do with FOB.
Well, yes,
Like
it
they
didn't
were
have anything to do
basically
with love.
his opinions about like what I rated as Hongai Star story, right? I think from the very start of like the first 1 minute, it was already said that he would never give HSR story anything more than 7 because of the storytelling medium, right? There's too much yap and all that kind of stuff. So he would never give HSR story a more than 7 out of 10, right? And these were like that. Fob only came around here, right? And then all the getting one guy, he's pandering to HSR because we already know he is, and I don't. I like from what I see, I just didn't get the impression that he's trying to have my back. Maybe I'm
So that's a fair point. Did I feel like Tectone was trying to have his back in that situation? Like some part of it was like basically calling him out, saying that he's just getting one guide, and is this necessarily? Oh boy. Does this mean that he's getting called out, or does this mean that like Tectone was defending him? It's there are ways you can say it's like it's defending him, and there are also ways where you can say it's like calling him out. It's like, for example, like a friend is helping you, but they're saying, "Yeah, you're a shit person, but I'm actually gonna help you out. You're bad at the game, but I'm just gonna help you out anyways, because that's just the kind of a nice guy I am. That's how it feels like to me. It feels like I'm helping you out, but it's because you're bad. But I am really good, so I can help you out. Don't worry, I got this. That's how it feels like. It feels like I can understand why Mr. Pokke see it that way.
I'm misrepresenting him, right? Maybe I don't speak English or whatever it is, but I just don't think that this video came off as like with good intentions. That's it, all right? But
And I
let's just
thought
move
this
forward.
shit was fucking hilarious. I'll be real, man. Mr. Pokey is always the gift that keeps giving. Somehow he always just knows what to say to piss so many people off. And I really enjoy
And
watching.
it's just fucking crazy, that this can piss people off. Like really, really. So this is my fault.
Thinking about it, like the whole reason why Mr. Pokey started getting all this shit, it was ever since Tectone turned on him that time with the Casters incident. From ever since then, every single thing that Mr. Pokey does is like viewed under a microscope. And if he likes anything at all, there will always be criticism towards him. He liked the Saber animations, he liked the Saber reaction. He is criticized for that. They say that he doesn't watch Fate. He need to watch Fate in order to have that kind of reaction. Like, come on, man. Even like even say he's faking it. Like this don't call out the guy like that. Come on, man. Allow him to farm the views. And this is where I think that most of this is coming from. It's because like they can't capitalize on the views they can get from reacting to these contents because they already nailed HSR in the coffin. And that is why I think that HSR coming out with the fake collab as soon as these guys left was the biggest troll move HSR could have ever done, because it's like so good because they either have to walk back on their word or they're gonna look like such a hypocrite when they come back, because they are gonna want to come back for the Saber collab, for the fake collab, I should say. It's
That
interesting.
I am the guy that keeps pissing people off by saying this. No, not like Tectone, by the way, but like people that get pissed off by this, and that it is now my fault because I'm apparently rage baiting on Twitter again for saying this. Oh, you got pissed off? Oh, my bad, guys. But yeah. Oh, it is not even it.
Watching him get in drama. I'm not gonna lie. I think it is funny as.
Yo, we're not. Well, I'm not posting this anyway, guys. I'm just gonna watch this on stream, and that's pretty much it. All right.
You're not posting it, but I am. And this is like confirmation that, yeah, he was not gonna post it. It was just reacting to it on the stream. But because of what Tectone did, this is gonna get posted.
Okay,
Fuck.
cool.
Because somehow, no matter how many times I tell him to just simply stop posting on Twitter, and he will be the most beloved figure in the content creation space, he just
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. His reaction, his fake collab reaction, was on YouTube, and he got hated because of it on YouTube. So that's a lie.
doesn't know how to take his hands off the keyboard. And so Fob called him out here, and let's hear what Fob had to say.
Time for your score soon. What is this? So Mr. Pokke gave it a 9.79. So my going, my usual consensus is remove 2 points from Mr. Pokke's score, and that's the real score.
Now, I think when other content creators have conditioned themselves to instantly devalue your opinion and minus points because of your shill-like behavior, I think that's a very unhealthy precedent to have set for yourself that I do believe is universally, in totality, of the entire god.
But he didn't mention anything about shill-like behavior at all. All he said was just his general consensus with Mr. Pokies, like whenever he makes a reaction, that's minus 2 points. He was not necessarily talking about Anka Style in general, because Mr. Poki has rated Wither Waves as well. So is his reactions to Wither Waves, people have to minus 2 points as well. To people like Tecton are gonna say no, like his reaction is totally justified, and in fact we should just add 2 points because like he's like downgrading Wither Waves because he's a Hoyo shell. I think that's the line of thought that Tecton will use in describing this game, or describing how Mr. Poke will react to stuff or rate stuff, because like according to Tectone, because Mr. Poke gets special treatment by Hoyo versus a Hoyo shell. I think many of these content creators are bitter with Genshin Impact because of the fact that many of them aren't in the content creator program or didn't get sponsored by Hoyo or didn't get a Hoyo contract. It's just bitterness towards the company because they weren't recognized. And I what?
Space. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Fob says -2. I say -3. But yeah, I don't think that that's good for people, especially Fob, who's a very neutral party, or myself, who I consider myself now a very neutral party, to have the
Really?
mindset of,
Yeah, I don't believe that. Like when Saint Onda did a complete wrong by like trying to justify the fact that Zenless Zone Zero's reward is bad because Wither Waves got a free 5-star selector for the game being buggy. Yeah, that's insane mental gymnastics. And then for him to turn around and say that EO is bad and EO is just a bad guy because EO called out Saint Tontas for misrepresenting the game because he doesn't know how to play it, which he didn't. You called him bad for that. Like those are not neutral states. I don't see where Tectone is neutral. Like there are times that he's trying to be neutral, and I see that, but most of his times he does have an agenda behind what he's doing. Especially if it's somebody he's like, he's gonna try to defend that person. So that's a lie.
oh, this person, I need to instantly devalue this person's opinion. You know what I mean? It's not really a
And even though he say like Mr. Pokke and stuff like that, I don't necessarily believe that he doesn't have the capacity to hate Mr. Pokke while still having Mr. Pokke as his friend. Because he did that with MTash, he did that with EO. EO's a recent example. And it's not impossible for him to do it with Mr. Pokke as well.
good thing to have out here.
7.79? That seems pretty decent. 7.79? That's like about an 8. Okay. Yeah, sounds about right. That sounds pretty good. 7 at best. 7 is more accurate. It's pretty good. Well, either way, I think generally for the best accuracy for Mr. Pokke scores, you always subtract 2. And you get the real ballpark score.
Yeah, I think the best thing for Mr. Pokke going forward here is to just say, I liked the new story, it was good. Rather than giving it this arbitrary ratings that he's pulled completely out of his ass. This has consistently
I get your point, Tectone, but I think that wouldn't help because like if he says that, they're gonna still hate him for it regardless. So it doesn't change. Like if he gives a number to it or if he doesn't give a number to it, because the incentive is from the beginning that he's a Hoyo shill. So even if he just says that the patch was really good, like there are people that are gonna be hating him for it. Unless he comes out and say the story was a yap fest, the story was bad, you get a lot of likes with that. But because people just want to hate Honkai Star Rail because of the narrative that people are pushing is just insane. Because to say that whether Honkai Star Rail story is long, like Wither and Wave story is long as well. It's not as long as HSR story, but the reason why they don't complain is because that's their favorite game, and everybody else that's not their favorite game, they're willing to complain about it because that's not their favorite game. Like all of these games are competing for our time. I don't like the fact that they try to artificially extend our playtime in each of these games because I do want to play all of them. And if the stories are long and drawn out, then I don't really like that. All of the stories, all of the games can be summarized a little bit better, a lot better. I think Zenless Zone Zero and Genshin Impact is doing a really good job with their summarizing. Wither Waves and Honkai Star Rail needs a lot of work with their summarizing. Like Wither Waves story needs to be a little bit more emotional with the English voice actors. There need to be more feelings towards it, and the story needs to stick on the current path that it's going and actually have an end goal. While for Honkai Star Rail, it needs to be summarized a lot better. Like, there's nothing wrong with how the story is told. It's just too much packed information, and that's the problem. Like, it needs to be summarized a lot better.
He got him heat on Twitter, and he has been ignited from this heat every single fucking time. But it's legit just remove the rating from your post, and you'll be good
Again,
to
I
go.
don't think that would help.
Dude, because I will say this, from the history of me reading Mr.pokke's story review scores, and like then playing it myself, I think Mr.pokke gets very sucked up into emotional like heartstring pulling moments, and then that causes him to rate it much higher. Right?
I think Mr.pokke is just heavily affected by recency bias, and any
No, okay, so that's not what he said, Mr. Tectone. He said that he just is like he got emotionally invested in the story, so like rated a little bit higher. So he's not necessarily talking about HSR in general. He's talking overall, and this is honestly true because Tech Tectone will say something that is gonna say basically the same thing. Epic 7, like he overhype Epic 7 absolutely, and do people complain about that? No, because it's not the Hoyoverse game, so they don't have a reason to hate it. But like how it's a Hoyoverse game, Honkai Star Rail is a problem. He probably overhyped Within Ways as well, and he probably overhyped other games. But because it's a game that everybody's not liking right now because they're not playing it, it's a problem. And I don't get the point. Like, if you hate the game so much, why are you covering it? Why are you covering it? Like, just walk away. Like, I don't like Black Clover as anime. I'm not watching it. I haven't watched it. I haven't picked it up. If I don't like say a particular drinks, I'm not gonna be sitting there like wondering like to my friend like why are you drinking this juice that I don't like? Like this is not good. Stop drinking this right away. Like everybody, it's an individual sport. This game called life. Like everybody's allowed to like different things. Like I should be out here to tell you that you shouldn't play Wuthering Waves. You should play Honkai Star Rail instead. I much rather tell you play what you like, play what you enjoy.
thing that's new, he gets heavily addicted to, and he collapsed like a monkey for. Yeah, hence, case in point, Epic 7, he finds a new game, he loses his fucking life to it, right? That's just how it goes.
Right? 100%. Second comment. I will wait for.
But this is bad too because even Tech don't do this shit. Like when there's a new game, he will overhype it and he will like milk the views out of it. So Tectone is literally blaming him for things that he does. So it's good when I do it, but when you do it, it's a problem. Like, come on, bro.
Mac or Fob or Tectone opinion on the story because they aren't shills for any company.
And I think when other CCs like Fob, who's very
Listen to that again.
I will wait for Smack or Fob or Tectone opinion on the story because they aren't shills for any company.
Either way for Fab or Smack or Tectone's opinion because they're any shit for any company. Now that's false. That's false. That's false. That is false. That's false. Look, perfect example. There was fucking outrage, literal outrage, like scorched earth, like end of days outrage for Honkai Star Rail's anniversary patch that gave more polls, a free unit, and stuff. And there was absolute outrage from Gacha Smack and Tectone. Now, fast forward a little bit, Wuthering Waves got a way shittier rewards and actually did things that was heavily criticized in live a patch that Genshin Impact did, and it was no big deal. Wuthering Waves is allowed to mess up at least. It's not as bad as people say. We get a lot of mini events, it's fine. They were more than okay with pretty much a filler patch on an anniversary. And honestly to God, that is not good. And they can say because it's a region update. Like Honkai Star Rail's anniversary was 3.2, which means that it was not a region update. And yet the anniversary was pretty good, and we had a main story quest. We're still in the main story of Wuthering Waves right now. Why wasn't there a main story quest like on the anniversary? There wasn't. These are things we need to think about and like realize that these guys are shilling Wuthering Waves. And so to come around and say that they're not biased, oh my god, bro.
And I think when other CCs like Fob, who's very neutral, he's pretty fair about a lot of things. I mean, Fob has made a lot of bad takes in his career, but he's always been called out for them, and he usually owns up to them as well. But I think it's not a good direction where when other CCs are pre-invalidating your opinion because it seems like you're a shill, and then it upsets you that people are calling you a shill, and then you call these people haters, and it's like, okay, well, obviously that's gonna, and once again, I don't care. But for a guy who says he doesn't want to call us tribalism, a lot of tribalism happens. I know Mr.pokke has a very big ego, and he doesn't like when people invalidate his opinion. And I just wanted to provide some clarity and hopefully distinguish the flames that happen between Fob and Mr.pokke in case he ever sees that clip, and provide a little bit of context on how to be a little bit healthier in the space for people who want to do that. Now, me personally, I'm going to go ahead and rate the story a 2 out of 10 because it sucked ass, and I don't even have to play it to know it. And yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Like, comment, subscribe.
Oh my god, bro. So we're gonna just go and rate a story without even playing it. And your opinion is more valuable than somebody that actually played an experience. He's pulling the same thing that Miss Saint Tontas do when he's going in with a lack of knowledge and deciding that they're gonna rate this thing, and that their rating opinion matters more than players that are actually playing the game day in day out. Like honestly to God, I'm being honest. Like for ZZZ Endgame, Xena Zone Zero's Endgame, you should take advice from somebody that's playing the game day in, day out, rather than somebody that's a tourist. For Honkai Star Rail's Endgame, you should take advice from somebody that's playing the game day in, day out, rather than a tourist. For somebody that's playing the story of a game, you should take the advice of somebody that's actually watching and playing the story rather than somebody that's cocking their ass over at Wuthering Waves, looking over Genshin Impact, looking over Honkai Star Rail, and saying their story is made without not even playing it. Honest to God. And if you are the one that is gonna follow somebody that's like not even playing the game, and I think that's why Saint Tontas get a lot of hate for his recent videos because he's not part of the community. He's not playing the game. He's doing a lot of things that rookie players will do. People that don't read, people that don't are not have no knowledge of the game, and expect that this is the core audience and this is how it is for everybody when that's not the case at all. because somebody that's keeping up with Genshin Impact or some will have a easier, way easier time with endgame and stuff like that compared to Saint Test, who has no knowledge of the game at all.
Right.
Yep. So that was pretty much it about a FOB segment, right? I think I mean I really watched it before, so it's not like my first time watching this. Really, I really watched it before. Oh,
And there it is. That's a thumbnail. No, I can't use that thumbnail.
what?
That's pointless too. Like he just finished watching the video in full, so like it's
Um.
done.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, if he, I don't know. Wait, what's going on?
He got caught in for a game, bro.
Okay, but in any case, okay, let me just finish that the part, right? So at the part where like Fob said about me, right? So basically, like anything I say, he takes an instant -2. And then the reasoning he gave for the -2 towards the end, he was like, I get very emotional, right? I get a lot of like emotional strings because, I am like super fucking invested. Not like cry, but like I do get like super invested emotionally whenever these kind of scenes happen. You see my heart rate and all that kind of stuff. Like I get ultra absorbed in things I do. And I don't think that has anything to do with like shilling behavior. And I think that is already more than enough to justify why he would -2 for my rating. Because I don't think most people will get that hyped up, like double their heart rate, playing a fucking gacha game story, right? So I think Fob already proved his reasoning why he would -2. And I don't think it's coming from a place of like basically saying, I'm doing it because you're a shill. I'm doing it because you're disingenuous. And to me that's fair. Which is why when Tectone basically spun it into the I'm like displaying shill-like behavior and like, I have a recency bias for ending that's new and I clap like monkey on yourself. That's why I didn't feel that video had my back, essentially. And I didn't feel why it was me getting
Yeah, it's like half
that I should be
ass.
getting
It's like yeah, I could say I'm having your back, but at the same time I'm shitting on you while having your back. And I can understand why people may feel frustrated because of that. That's what it
upset at
sounds
Fob
like.
instead of Tectone because Fob because Tectone covered this video as just like a commentator. Or maybe I don't know, man. I don't speak English. I don't know, man. I just don't know, right? So, okay, I don't really know what's going on anymore because like apparently the video is gone. Are we like calling or like? I actually don't know what's going on.
Mr.pokke, may your journey lead you starward.
I took Tectone's video too personally. He was having my back. Felt Fob slighted at you. Maybe we just interpret the video differently. Because I just don't see an angle where he was trying to have my back. Because Fob has never claimed that I was a shield, right? I think Fob has said that he was,
Exactly.
he was -2. Like the bottom line of why he was -2 is because I
Yeah,
get
because he's
I get
emotionally
way too
invested.
emotionally attached to the things I do. And for more people that don't get this emotion attached, especially, getting like all the cinema stuff and they can sit through all the yap and everything, they will -2 points. Then I think it's fair. But like even before this Fob clip, right? Like even if the Fob clip aside, like even within the first 4 minutes, I'm already getting the vibes where
You're not genuine.
the point of that first 4 minutes to me as a viewer is trying to insinuate that my rating for HSR was undeserving because HSR should never go above a 7 because of the storytelling, right? Like in his own words, it should never go above a 7. And my rating for HSR is basically not going to be like an accurate representation. This is not fault, by the way. This is just like the way HSR plays. And he can't fathom why I would give HSR such a higher rating. Aside from like, in this case, I'm getting all this like shield-like behaviors, right? Like he never ever called me a shield, right? He never ever called me a shield. But it's like exhibiting these kind of behaviors, right? He thought that Fob's opinion on me was that I was displaying shield-like behaviors, right? He thought that Fob -2 points because I was displaying shield-like opinions. But Fob is not minusing 2 points because I'm saying shield like behavior. He's minusing 2 points because I get way too emotionally attached. But Tectone drew the conclusion that what Fob said was because of me drawing shield like behavior. So would I get more upset at the guy?
What dog ate? I love you, Pock.
Would I get more upset at the guy that said he minus 2 points because I was way too emotionally attached? Or would I get more upset at the guy,
No.
the very same guy that we used to have like a very, very shared community, that's saying that he interpreted Fob's clip as me displaying shield-like behaviors? And I think
That's just wrong.
why I made the response that I did. So, yep. Wait, hold up.
At this point, he got a text from Tectone. After Tectone just took the video off live in front of everybody. Which is kind of weird. Because it looks guilty. Like, alright, say you have nothing to hide, then you wouldn't take down the video itself. But because the video is like evidence that makes things look bad, you took it down. Like, if 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 I was confident that the video that I made didn't paint you in a bad light and was like completely defending you 100%, I would not take that video down because I can use that video as proof that I was having your back here and I can show you that I was having your back. If the video do look like you're just shitting on him and you're like taking something that was not said and try to spin your narrative like this means that he's a Hoyo shell, then absolutely that's reason for you to take down the video. And I believe that it's likely that he took down the video because it does make Tectone look bad. Sorry for the awkward silence in this video right now. But yeah, I generally feel it for Mr.pokke because like
Maybe I
to
am
have
reading the situation wrong. Okay, basically, yeah, Tectone DM me is that he feels it's weird AF because that video is me trying to turn it into humor and less serious shit. But whatever, I guess. Oh my god, I don't
oh
know,
my
man.
god, bro. Community, do you feel like that was like literally trying to change it into humor? Like you watched the video. I'm pretty sure you won't be able to get to watch the video live on many platform, but like it was the entire video that was displayed right before Tectone decided to snap it from YouTube because like do you think that that was like him just like making it into a humor video because it really didn't sound like it. It just sounded like he was trying to say that yeah yo don't take Mr.pokke seriously when he do these things because he's just a whole shell. Like it is what it is. It's in his nature. He can't avoid not doing it. That's what it sounded like to me. It didn't sound like he was saying that guys he's just messing around. Don't. It didn't sound like that. It didn't sound like he was trying to make it humor. If it was a humor video, it was just like a humor video to laugh after Mr.pokke because he's a whole shell. If he means by that humor, then that's absolutely right. But like,
I don't think we're
no.
calling it anymore, but like I think we moved on from this. Yeah, I think we moved on from this. Yeah, okay. Let's just
Move on from this.
okay, chat. I'm just gonna end stream here. I don't really know what I feel about this whole thing, but yo, thanks for dropping by. Join our Discord, join our YouTube, and all that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Right, bye.
Well, that's the video. And as I said, I'm just. It's a lot to take in. Like I wanted to make a video about it the first time when they literally just ganged him because they didn't like his opinion in the Castros thing, that it was not a big deal. And look how that turned out. It's not really a big deal. It doesn't really change much. But it's painful to see, man. It's painful to see because I really enjoy Mr.pokke's content. He's a really good Honkai Star streamer, and once you follow him and watch him and learn how he builds his unit, he does a lot of good things for the community. He's even making a series right now, like how to build abundance characters, how to build your DPS characters, how to build novelty characters, and stuff like that. That are very helpful, very informative to the community that he does content for. And if that makes you a shill, then by all means, Mr. Pokke, shill for Hoyo. Hoyo is treating you good because you're shill for Hoyo, and there's a lot of people that are gonna be just upset because you're getting special treatment compared to them. Like I've said it before, like the time when they were all just ganging Mr. Pokke. Like Lo Shenya said something that remind me of toxic workplace environment, where it literally said that some people in the gacha space are getting free stuff and they're showing it off. Like it sounds so envy, and I've literally experienced this in the workplace. Like you will be just doing your job, just doing your job at the best of your ability, and then you have people just hating on you because you're getting praises from the manager, you're getting all this attention, and they're not getting it, and that it just feels like that situation for me, and I just don't like it. But it is what it is. Yeah. Mr. Pokke doesn't deserve 70% of the hate that he gets. Like, majority of this hate does come from Tectone's community. Like, literally, Tectone not even playing the Amphiora story just gave it a 2 out of 10. And I think many of his followers are gonna just roll with that. Showcase that they can't think for themselves. Like who do you trust with the information? Say your wiring, no, wiring is too. Say your plumbing is not working good in your house, and you don't have water, and you need to it fix. Who are you gonna trust? Are you gonna trust Tectone, the one that is not doing plumbing, is an electrician, and he's gonna come in and like tell you what to do and like decide that okay he's gonna fix it for you? Or are you gonna trust Mr. Pokke, who's the plumber, who's actually doing that field of work, is actually in the field? You're gonna likely trust the plumber. You're not gonna trust the electrician because he that's not what he does. And that this is just the situation here. Like um Tectone is not playing the game, so he shouldn't be here trying to rate things that he's not even playing. Like you're not playing the game. Let's stick to Wooden Waste content. Like I hear so much good things, that there's so much good things in Wooden Ways right now. Like why are we not talking about it? Why are we not talking about the good event? Why are we not talking about the board game Elusive Realm that you have to do 100 times in order to get 100 different endings? That's time consuming, and then every time you have to click a part to move, you have to confirm that. Are you sure you want to move to this direction? And then move to it. Like, why are we not talking about that? Why are we not talking about the plethora of events that are in that game? Why are we not talking about the story quests? Why are we not talking about the amount of pulls we get in Wither Waves, or the free 5-star that we got in Wither Waves? It is what it is, man. I'm sorry for Mr. Pokke, I really am. But I do really enjoy Mr. Pokke. And if there's anything I could say to Mr. Pokke is that, like, it's just a small minority of the community that are brain dead. Like, majority of the people that actually play the game stand by Mr. Pokke and will support Mr. Pokke. It's just the little toxic community that Mr. Tectone has that we just have to deal with it. The cancer of the gaming, the gacha space, really and truly. But it is what it is. My video of today is what it is. I don't know how they're gonna push this. I've seen TikTok do this a lot, where like he tried to justify gaslight people thinking that TikTok didn't do that much wrong, and then they continue talking back as friends. I think that's why Hexjuice quit content creation, was because the situation with MTash. But that's a whole different topic that I did post, but I did delete because like I realized that I got a little bit too much emotionally invested in that situation. Maybe I cover it back again, but it's like a dead thing. Like Tectone just keeps on mentioning MTash coming back when MTash is just trying to move on and not involve himself into that situation. Tectone is just like butthurt about it, and the reason why is because I think deep down Tectone knew that he fucked up in that time with the Tectone versus MTash debate. He knows that he fucked up bad in that, and you know that a lot of people give him a lot of shit for that because they can see it, they understand why. But that's a whole other different story. See you guys.